happening, and Calm Down's production is starting to kick in now. So
Yeah, and he's got those sentries out there, and Glow decides to return home. Probably his best decision at this point. Unfortunately, he really needs to lay down that expansion, or else he's going to continue to get farther behind.
yeah, his orbital is done, so he's moving it over now. So he did expand behind that. Definitely a good decision. I feel like maybe he was trying to bait some force fields out of Calm Down by poking up the ramp a tiny bit, then retreating. But Calm Down didn't bite and just continued to let the energy build. So he's got a lot of force fields saved up on those sentries now. Or could even use a Guardian Shield in a big engagement and just mitigate a ton of damage.
Indeed, and we have the observer for Calm Down that's in the expansion of Glow, and it can see that the expansion is there, and there are more Marines and Marauders being pumped out. Zealot dies in the middle of the map there, and the factory is producing a tech lab for itself, interestingly. We may see some tank play,
That'd
and
be a little bit odd, but I would kind of like to see that, because while Terran versus Protoss metagame is decently fun to watch, it's probably the most unchanged metagame out of all of them in StarCraft 2. Like, Terran versus Zerg has changed a lot. It went from, like, Marine tank only ever to a lot of other things, although you still see Marine tank, but Terran versus Protoss has pretty much always been Bioball plus Vikings against Colossus Ball, and then sometimes Ghosts. So,
well, yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
once Ghosts started to be used, they were like, oh, let's nerf that.
yeah, nerfing Snipe and then EMP. They're still really good, though. Glow probably needs to fall back here. That's a pretty significant army,
In-
but it looks like he's just going to leave the force fields. Okay, it's starting to run. He doesn't have stim, though, so he can't run away. Some decent force fields pinning in a bunch of units, and Calm Down just getting to
oh,
kill a bunch of stuff pretty much for free. Loses like a singles out, and that's it.
and really he could push forward with this force that's anchored by the Immortal, and well, maybe not. He decides that he doesn't want to try it out. He didn't. I don't know. I think with that observer there, he could have been well aware that the bunkers were not completed, and he had an opportunity. However, he did not
Yeah.
take it.
I think he would have arrived, and then the bunkers would have finished like a second or two later. Like, they were already halfway done by that point. So, we'll see. He did also see the siege tank with the observer, so it could be he was worried about, oh, we got a drop in the back. Oh
Yep,
my
we're watching
goodness.
it right now. Don't worry, not all that much happened. Some decent micro
Yeah.
out of Glow, but I think maybe one probe died there. The stalkers were pulled
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
I see two workers killed so far. So he got one probe, and that's it, because he killed one probe at the start of the game.
Right.
But anyway, as I was saying though, like the observer did see that siege tank, so it could be that Calm Down was worried that that siege tank had siege. And wow, that medevac getting away with 6 HP. Glow was
Glow.
pretty amped about that. He's letting everyone know. Yeah,
Duct
so
tape
we
and
do have
hope.
+1 going down now for the infantry. Got an armory going up as well, so does look like he wants to continue going with mech, or he just wants to be sure he can get that 2-2 for the infantry as quickly as possible, because he does have 2 NG bays going.
Indeed, and he has that third command center being laid down in his expansion. Meanwhile, Calm Down is laying down his Nexus at his third, preparing to continue into the mid to late game. Wow, those warping sounds
Yep.
are loud.
Yeah, they're kind of overpowering no matter what. We do have a Twilight Council coming in for Calm Down, so might see that Colossus Death Ball that he showed us a couple games ago, with just lots and lots of charge lots to get into the faces of the bio very quickly. And we'll have to see how well Glow can handle that. He does have a bevy of upgrades coming out, just now getting Combat Shield at the almost 15-minute mark. And also a robotics bay and another robo facility being added on. So going to see double Colossus production very shortly. Also has a forge, getting some upgrades, so that's pretty fantastic as well, and adding on even more gateways in the back of his base.
Oh, the observer arrives just in time to see the barracks go down and is killed almost immediately. I definitely got to see the unit composition he's up against, which is something Glow is unaware of right now. There could have been a complete tech switch into Colossi. That didn't happen, but there definitely could have been over the last few minutes because there's been essentially no interchange between these two players.
Yeah, for all Glow knows, there could be about 30 DTs sitting just outside his base right now. and he has no idea.
That would be
Pr-
terrible.
Pretty unlikely, but you never know, man. Every once in a while you're playing, you think it's a standard game, and all of a sudden 5 carriers waltz into the back of your base, and you just kind of go, when did that happen?
Yes, indeed.
But Glow looks like he's pushing out a little bit, or just wants to secure the central watchtower to keep an eye on things. I would like to see him go through those back rocks at the third of Calm Down. So we'll see if he chooses to do that, or he might just barrel up the front and just bring the hurt to Calm Down immediately.
And great timing with that Zealot Scout. He's well aware of where Glow is, and I don't like Glow taking that position. Okay, good. Now he's backing away. And hey, speaking of Colossi, the siege tanks are down. Glow with the stim, no micro back. Now he does, trying to get out of range of those Colossi, but the Zealots with the charge doing tons of damage, and they're just being surrounded from both sides. Oh, and Glow.
Yeah.
Poor Glow. He says, that's GG, congrats, and indeed, ladies and gentlemen, our 31st victor of Good as Gold is the one, the only, it is Calm Down.
Yeah. And that really serves as a good example of just how important it is to scout, because if Glow had gotten a sense of that tech switch into Colossi a bit sooner, he could have had 4 or 5, maybe 6 Vikings with that push,
Mm-hmm.
and that battle would have gone much, much better for him, because the Colossi were able to rack up quite a few kills.
Definitely they were.
So,
all right, well, this has been a lot of fun, Mr. Squall. Just a few last-minute admin details to send out there. Both these players, Glow and Calm Down, have earned invites to the Tournament of Champions, which will be held Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is an extended series format, and it does allow map vetoes, so it's a lot of fun. Tell all your friends about it. Have them come out and watch us. And if we can get enough interest, we are going to have players from higher leagues, higher divisions, masters, grandmasters, who will be offering free lessons to the champion of champions. So that's really cool. But again, that is reliant on having large viewer numbers. So make sure you tune in on Sunday, even if you're not playing, and cheer on your friends and or your competitors. Mr. Squall, one last plug from you, please, sir.
yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my casting. I had a lot of fun. Please do check me out on YouTube at youtube.com/SquallCasting, which you should be seeing scrolling across the top of the screen there. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
All right, thank you. One last time, I'm OrD, that's ORD. Find me on YouTube at OrD StarCraft, Facebook, ORD.SC2, and on Twitter at ORD_SC2. Or, on Raptor or Team Liquid or lots of other places. But I just enjoy a lot of feedback. So if you have any particular things to point out about my casting style, and most likely if you have any feedback for Squall, he's more than happy to hear that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I love getting comments. I'd love to get more subscribers and just continue to improve and bring you guys more StarCraft-related entertainment.
Outstanding. All of you are so awesome for tuning in. Thank you, and good night.